Hi, friends. I'm Miss Sisley, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to become online detectives using the CRAAP test. Wait, the CRAAP test? Yeah, I know, it's a funny name, but it's super helpful when you're trying to figure out which website is trustworthy. So let's begin. So, what is the CRAAP test? So, CRAAP stands for currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. This is used to help us figure out which websites are good and have reliable information. Each of these letters stands for a question that you are going to ask yourself when you're looking at a website. So let's start with currency. When you look at currency, you need to ask yourself, when was this published? Is the internet website up to date? And is the information still true today? There is a lot of information that's been put on the internet through all of the many years the internet has been a thing. So let's say you're learning about space. A website that was last updated in 1999 might be outdated. You would want a more recent page, something with current facts, especially for science and news. Let's move on to relevance. When we're looking at relevance, we want to ask ourselves, does this website help me answer my question? Is this information really about my topic, or is it about something else? And is this information written for a kid like me, or is it for an adult who already knows a lot about the topic? So I have a friend, and she's currently in school to be a doctor. She's showed me some of the things that she reads for class, and I barely understand it because I might be an adult, but I don't know a bunch of stuff about medical science. And so, if I have trouble reading some of these articles for adults, then you guys might have trouble with it too. So, if you're researching animals and you land on a site about video games, that's also not relevant. What we have to do is we have to look for information that's going to be good for us specifically. Next up is authority. So, when you think of the word authority, what do you think of? In this circumstance, I want you to think who the big boss is. Who's the one that's telling you this information? Who wrote it? Is the author someone who's an expert, or is it a random person? Does the website end in .gov or .edu? That usually means it's trustworthy. So big corporations sometimes um, will write wonderful essays on different things, like the CDC. So, the CDC is a Center for Disease Control, and that'll help us with a bunch of different medical information. But if you go to a website that's called Wikipedia, it might not have accurate information because anyone can edit that. A doctor can edit it, or your Uncle Joe can edit it. And who's going to be the expert? We want to make sure we know who's talking to us. All right. Next up is accuracy. When you are looking for accuracy, I want you to think, is this true and backed up by facts? Are there spelling or grammar mistakes everywhere? And can I trust what it says? Good websites have times to double check their facts and fix typos. Sloppy ones don't have all that time. So, we're on to our last topic, purpose. When we think of purpose, we want to consider, why was this written? Is someone trying to sell me something or push their opinion? And does it seem fair, or is it really one sided? Sometimes websites aren't there to teach you, they're there to sell you socks or convince you of something. That doesn't mean that those websites are always bad, but they're not great for what we're researching. So you need to be aware of what the website's trying to do. All right, detectives, it is now time to earn your detective badge. I want you to turn and talk for a moment with a friend and see if you can remember what all of these different things mean. Congratulations, Internet detectives! You now know how to safely browse the internet.